Good afternoon. Members of the Huntington Beach Building to Remember Committee, I stand humbled before you. I never thought I'd be back here again. Mr. Mayor, Scott, thank you. I want to express the gratitude of Police Officer Vinnie Zapula, Detective Frank McCarty, Police Officer Robert Egbert, and all the men and women of the Port Authority Police for the friendship and the unity that our department and the Huntington Beach Police Department have formed. It's truly remarkable. Unlike Officers Zapula, Egbert, and Detective McCarty, my wife Cheryl and I were not in New York on that fateful day. We had overstayed our vacation in Key West. Thank you, Jimmy Buffett. But when the first aircraft hit the North Tower, a friend of mine called me to turn on the TV. As we did, we saw the second aircraft, United Flight 93, hit the upper floors of the South Tower, right below where my wife's offices were. We immediately knew what was happening, and then the phone rang again. A woman we had met once in Key West called and offered us her car to drive back to New York. We declined. I jumped in a cab, got to the airport, tried to pay the cab driver. He refused to charge me. When I got into the airport, there was a line of approximately 40 people at the Hertz rental counter. Using my gentle persuasion as a New York cop, I informed the person at Hertz that I needed a car to go to New York. Everybody on that line stepped aside and let me have the first car. In the days and the months after 9/11, this country came together as never before. People lined the streets to cheer for police officers, firefighters, construction workers. People donated blood, contributed to widows and children's funds. And right here, the fine citizens of this great city raised over $90,000 to be distributed to families of the New York City Fire Department, the New York City Police Department, and the Port Authority Police Department. In the weeks after 9/11, we, the PAPD, were honored to have members of the Huntington Beach Police Department come back to New York so they can assist in the rescue recovery. Think about that for a moment. For us in New York, it was personal. It was our job. But here we had HB members paying for their own airline tickets, for their own hotel rooms, giving up times with their families to go back to New York to try and bring closure to victims' families. Talk about going above the call of duty. Every year, members of the Huntington Beach Police Department ride alongside members of the Port Authority Police Department in the Police Unity Tour, which leaves from the World Trade Center winds up in Washington, D.C. to honor all law enforcement officers killed in the line of duty that year. There are countless stories of heroics performed that moment, and in the days and months afterwards. People like Port Authority Police Captain Capt, who pushed back people so she could shoot out panels of glass in the lobby of One World Trade Center so hundreds of people could exit quickly. Police Officer Moira Smith from the New York City Police Department, who had no specialized training, who was photographed helping assist a man into an ambulance. She could have gotten in that ambulance and rode to the hospital. She'd been separated from her partner. She went back into Two World Trade, and when Two World Trade collapsed, the last radio transmission from Moira was 1013, which is New York signal for officer needs assistance. Firefighter Stephen Silla, who had just gotten off duty in Brooklyn, was on his way to play golf, heard about the attacks, turned around, and headed towards the World Trade Center. His car got stuck at the Brooklyn Battery Tunnel. He got out of his car, donned his bunker gear, and ran through the Brooklyn Battery Tunnel into Two World Trade, where he too perished. There are also stories of countless civilians who could have gotten out alive, but they stayed behind to help fellow officers, workers, and total strangers. One such hero is Wells Crothers, who worked on the 104th floor of Two World Trade Center. He has become known as the man in the red bandana, who was seen directing rescue efforts wearing that red bandana, and is credited with carrying a female who was a total stranger down 17 flights of stairs. He too perished. So today, as we honor the memory of the 343 members of the New York City Fire Department, the 23 members of the New York City Police Department, 37 members of the Port Authority Police, and over 1,000 first responders who have succumbed to cancers that were contracted at the World Trade Center. I would also like to acknowledge the thousands of civilians, including the 87 members of the Fiduciary Trust, my wife's company. In closing, I know this is a much different world than it was on the morning of 9/11 at 8:45 a.m. But as a former first responder who has worked 3 blocks away from the new One World Trade Center, I guarantee that if and when the next attack hits the United States, whether it is in New York, LA, San Bernardino, or Orlando, the men and women that you see in uniform here, police, fire, military, will not hesitate to respond, even though full well they may sacrifice their lives for total strangers. The citizens of Huntington Beach should be proud of the men and women who protect you and are willing to go into places that other people flee from. Again, I would like to thank the committee, Mr. Mayor, and all my brothers and sisters in HB. Vinny, Frank, and Bob, keep up the good fight and stay safe. Finally, thank you to the love of my life, Sheila, for always being there for me and for giving me the best gift I ever received after 9/11, my son, Sean. Always keep trying and never stop dreaming of what the future holds for you. Thank you.